In today's Cubase quick tip video, I'm going to show you a few tricks with Cubase's automation, how to kind of tweak the settings to the way that you probably would want. So stay tuned. Okay, so one of the biggest frustrations I used to have with Cubase before I didn't figure some of this stuff out is I have an example here. Here is some written automation where I performed live with the volume knob here, and there's very little resolution in what Cubase actually captured in my performance. And I'll quickly just demonstrate again. So I'm making these fine movements, adjustments. You can see it's quite good and accurate here, but then you see all those points, and then it just kind of summed them all together, and then now it's just these stupid little triangles. That frustrated the hell out of me before. The way to fix this is in this settings here, global automation mode settings thing. If you right click on this menu, it's called automation mode. So if it's not visible, then click on that. And in this button here, this opens up the automation panel. And in this little settings button right here, this is your basic automation settings. So what you want to do is tweak the return time. And I believe, so what I do is I just tweak it all the way down with reduction level all the way down and spike detection all the way down. I'm not exactly sure what each one of those parameters do, but now if we have a look at this, you'll see all these slight changes, and boom, it's captured pretty much all in relatively good detail. It still kind of sums it in a non-accurate way, but it's much better, like way better resolution than before. The other thing you might want to make sure is active is, let's say I have all these parameters here, but then I want to do a write automation with something like tremolo. It hasn't been used yet, and it doesn't display. And then what you would have to do normally is click the append automation track, and then you can see here it has captured all that write data, but it just didn't display it and show it. So if you click the settings button and go reveal parameter on write, now when this has disappeared and I make an automation, you see it opens up the window right away. So that's something that I make sure is active as well, because that it just makes it easier to work with. I'll just go over a few other things here since I have this opened. I don't know what it is by default in Cubase, but this here looks like cluttered, gross, and that's the show data on tracks. I think with straight audio and you're doing like just volume automation, I think it works. I can work with it. I can see the peaks of where there's transients, and I can work with it and use that to my advantage. But a lot of the times I'm using MIDI or I'm using random audio that I just do not need to see. Like this here, like it's already displayed here. I don't really need an extra piece of data in this lane. So I take that off. Virgin territory, let's quickly go over that. It's whenever you're writing automation. Let's remove that again. Oh, actually, what am I doing? There we go. Remove parameter. So let's open this up again. And watch as it only writes data and lines in the section that you have it. So otherwise it would have So I'll just open it up again. It's easier to explain when it's open. Otherwise, when I'm doing this, it kind of, oh, it's not working there. This is the result when you don't have the virgin territory, is that when it's stopped recording the automation with virgin territory active, it leaves that just completely blank, and it's perfect for when you want to keep automation, but you want to keep playing around with it in the meantime. So like here, I'll take off the write, and it's going to follow this automation. And then I just want to keep playing around with it. But then wherever it's automated, it's going to snap and read and use that read automation as per it's written there. It's kind of a very fine details setting that you might want to use. I like it, but oftentimes, even, you know what, oftentimes I just end up drawing in automation because they have the new, what do you call this, parabola or whatever. You can make nice, beautiful curves now. So I don't like seeing all this garbage here. I'll usually start with some kind of hand-drawn-in automation, and then I'll put some kind of parabola or whatever, just to make it nice and smooth and clean in the interface. If I'm doing a performance, then I'll actually record the performance, and I'm likely going to use a knob here rather than the mouse, because that's awkward and gross. Anywho, so hopefully you like that. That's pretty much all I have for this video. There are some other settings. To be honest, I don't really know all these things in detail to do a full tutorial. Same thing goes with this. I don't really use this automation panel, but there are some use cases for some of these things here. So anywho's, thank you very much for watching. Hit that like button if you like it. Hit that subscribe button if you like Cubase tutorials. And let me know what you think in the comments. Maybe there's a bunch of stuff that you know about automation that you can share with the group here. And maybe eventually I'll end up doing a full, proper automation tutorial in Cubase here.